X-Men accidentally explains what persecution does to the soul, and no character shows this more clearly than Magneto. Magneto isn't just a villain. He's not just an extremist. He's a traumatized child who grew up learning one brutal lesson very early in life. When you are different, the world decides whether you deserve to live.
Everything they've built will fall! And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better one!
Before Magneto ever lifted metal, before he ever declared war on humanity, he was a Jewish boy in Nazi Germany. He watched the world turn neighbors into enemies, governments into executioners, and difference into a death sentence.
Oh, how I've waited to say these two words to you, old friend. Shut up.
Magneto didn't grow up hating humans. He grew up learning that power decides who is protected and who is disposable. Trauma didn't just wound Magneto, it shaped him. In X-Men, mutants are feared not for what they do, but for what they are.
As a boy, my people's homes were burned to ash because we dared to call God by another name. Then, my people hunted me with those who had once hunted them. I was a freak, born a mutant, an abomination to their misnamed gods. In history's sad song, there is a refrain: believe differently, love differently, be of different sex or skin, and be punished. We sing this song to one another. The oppressed become oppressors. Xavier knew this and dreamed we could change, find harmony, a future where human and mutant could relinquish the past and finally... You claim justice is overdue. Indeed. But so is healing.
Your words, while kind, do nothing to heal those hurt by your crime.
And your soundbite indignation will not heal mutant wounds. You build robots to hunt us, collars to chain our power.
Humanity must protect itself.
Protection. That is extermination. I have only ever acted to avenge crimes against my people, as you act to avenge those against yours today.
If that were the case, are we truly to believe then that in the face of what you consider to be extermination, you would walk Charles Xavier's path?
Magneto, this was not what we wanted.
Lies. This is your dream.
They're labeled dangerous, monitored, hunted, punished preemptively. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Every generation creates its own mutants. People who look different, sound different, live differently. People society quietly agrees deserve less patience, less protection, less mercy. X-Men isn't exaggerating. It's holding up a mirror. And this is where Magneto makes his defining choice. Magneto believes safety comes through power. Power to strike first, power to dominate, power to make sure he is never the one begging again. Christianity says safety comes through transformation, not denying pain, not ignoring injustice, but refusing to let trauma decide who you become. Magneto remembers his suffering, but he lets that suffering tell him who deserves to be feared. The Bible doesn't ignore persecution. Jesus was targeted by the state, betrayed by his own people, publicly beaten and executed unjustly. He had every justification to respond with violence, but he didn't. Not because he was weak, but because he refused to become what was trying to destroy him. Magneto asks, "How do I make them fear me?" Jesus asks, "How do I redeem even my enemies?" And here's the warning X-Men gives us. When people are treated like monsters long enough, some will eventually act like monsters. Not because they were born evil, but because hatred teaches them that power is the only language that works. Understanding this doesn't justify violence. It exposes the spiritual cost of dehumanization. So here's the real question. When the world treats you like a mutant, do you become Magneto? Or do you become something transformed?